Hi, this is Crime and Partner, and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, in the last episode, we went through the underground caverns a bit, and then went to the cave and faced off with death. As you might have seen, I let my demon handle all the work while I just kind of kicked back and watched him misform. I'm actually right now in the Floating Catacombs, and I'm about to face a boss monster that's actually more powerful than the final boss in the game. Before I do that, though, I wanted to mention, in the last video I got a drop of the Jewel Knuckle off the Rock Knight, and I wasn't sure if it was the common or rare drop off the top of my head. It was actually the common, just letting you know. Anyway, we're going to go on, and you know, for this boss, I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens when you use the Alucard Shield with the Shield Rod type effect from the Mablung sword. Brace yourself, this is ridiculously cheap. I mean, okay, this big huge King Tut guy, this is what we do. We use the ability, and we hold out the sword. That's it, okay? Basically, as long as I hold it, I gain 8 health every time it hits. I gain a heart, invincible for a few seconds, and it does 255 damage minus the defense. That's why I did 227, because I guess he had a defense of, what, 28? Yeah, 28. So anyway, yeah. It was sick. He stood no chance. Couldn't be helped. Anyway, I mean, that guy had like 12,000 health, and he just dropped. Just a thing to note, he actually does lightning damage, so if I wanted to try and do him somewhat legit, I would have wanted to use my barrel circlet that I picked up in the reverse entrance, because it absorbs lightning damage. Here we find a ruby circlet, which, as you probably could guess, absorbs, what, fire damage? Oh, who'd have thought? And another relic, gas cloud. Now, when I turn into mist, I actually do damage. Oh my gosh. Invincible and dealing damage. Alright. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and backtrack to the part where the room split in the Floating Catacombs, and we'll explore left, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back in the middle portion of the catacombs where it splits left and right. We're gonna go left now. Now this is actually, well, actually one room away from where we will be, you know, they had the spikes, and we had to use the sonar ability from the bat. Oh wow, I do not want that. So we could either use the spike breaker or navigate it in flight form. It's honestly going to be faster just to equip the spike breaker and run through it. And there we go. You probably noticed by now there's quite a few different flavors of those blood skeletons. They basically will vary in how fast it takes for them to pop back up. I mean, just look how quick that yellow one went back up after I dropped it. Here we get a couple karma coins, and I want to say here it's, yeah, resist. Don't forget your red bean bun to go with your resist and use those karma coins. For here, crap, I don't have enough room. Let's try to, there we go. Alright, we got an elixir and a library card. Alright, with that, we're actually done exploring the Floating Catacombs. I'm going to go ahead and backtrack on the way to get that little piece of map percentage I missed. And I'll meet you back in the room in the Reverse Underground Caverns just before we got to the cave. Okay, so I've backtracked from the Floating Catacombs through the cave to the underground cavern area. So we're going to go ahead and move on and see what we can uncover. Up here we find... Oh wow, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, here we find a life max up. And down there you may see that item sticking out. That's actually a potion. Alright, you may see me reference the map a few times. I'm actually going to try and make sure I get what map percentage I can. It's, let's just say it's pretty easy to miss a few points here and there in this section. Especially because there are some places that even if you go as Alucard, you can't really reach the map unless you turn into wolf form and try and swim around. Anyway, this is a little passage that originally I got the Nunchaku in the regular castle, but here I get a heart max up, which is infinitely better. Remember that I mentioned the Nunchaku was more like Tonfa staffs. Never actually did get a chance to show you, but anyway. Now we're not going to go down just yet. We'll probably end up doing that in the next video. Alright, we're gonna go up. Wow, I can't even make that jump. There we go. Now, over here we're actually gonna fight a boss fight. You remember the doppelganger from, I think, probably video 3? Oh, he's back with a vengeance. He's got a few new moves. He can poison me now. He can turn me to stone. But he doesn't. He's not gonna win. Alright, moving on. Now, the next area we're coming up to, let me remind you about the Muramasa, the sword that whenever it gets blood on it, it actually gains an attack power. We're actually coming up on the room, which is the best place really to level it. Now, ideally for this next room, you'll see what I mean. Look at this place. You want to use the dagger sub-weapon. The dagger sub-weapon, only costs like a heart to use. They're fast, they're very weak, and they cause the enemy to bleed. So you can throw tons of those things and it'll bleed in every hit, which is perfect for gaining tons of blood to power up the Muramasa. Also, what you want to do is you want to try and lower your intelligence if possible to lower the damage that the dagger does. That way you can throw more before they die. Just some items that you can do that with. I think the sunglasses, they lower your intelligence a few points. Also the walk armor, that'll lower your intelligence 5 points. And after you beat the game, the librarian will sell a new item for 500,000 gold apiece. You can equip 2 of them, and each of those will lower your intelligence another 10 points apiece. Also, don't forget to turn off the relic that gives you 10 intelligence. I want to say that's the Ring of Lod. And yeah, you won't be doing much damage with daggers, which will be perfect for what you're trying to do. Okay. Now, here is where I met the ferryman in the regular castle, and he took me to get the holy symbol, which let me breathe underwater. Here we're just trying to get the map percentage. Okay, good. Yeah, and there's a mana prism there. Alright, I'm going to be turning into the wolf a lot to try and get some of these extra points. There we go. So you have to use the swimming in order to get that little bit up there. Yeah, it's kind of a pain, but what can you do? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm running out of time. Next video, we'll continue exploring the rest of the underground cavern, and we'll make our way and final preparations for the final battle. This is Crime and Partner. Thanks for watching. See you next, Crime.